Access points, episode 2. In this video we're going to be going through the various access points on a front wing panel, or for our American friends the front fender, and we're going to go through a couple of different options where you can gain access to remove dents from these panels. So stay tuned to find out more. So here we have our front wing panel, and using a white chalk pen I've marked up a couple of points, and we're going to use this for an example only to show us how we would gain access to these areas. So let's get started. So when we're working on front wing panels like this, and we have damage marked on the upper sections, it's always a good idea to start off by popping that bonnet or hood and having a look at what access there may be on the inside. So for this point marked here with the X, as we bring the camera around to here, we can see that there's quite a large gap between the headlamp and the wing panel. So here we would be able to get a tool into this section and be able to leverage out that dent. Now the most important thing to be aware of here when working by the headlamp is to protect this headlamp itself. So before doing any work, we would put a cloth or towel across here, or at least some soft padding, making sure we protect this plastic bracket and also the lens cover itself. I would also run tape across this section of the paintwork panel just to make sure we're not chipping any paintwork with our tools. But as you can see, there's quite a large gap here, and sometimes even a gap on this side bit. But you would have to be really careful here to protect that lens with doing any kind of leverage. Moving across to the point marked in the middle of the upper wing. Again, check on the inside. On this particular model, it is boxed in and there's no access to it. Sometimes we have a big enough gap here that we're able to get a tool in, so it's always worth looking, but on this particular model it's not. So we have two options. One would be to use our glue pulling system, placing a tab here and removing it, or accessing through the underside under the wheel arch liner, running a tool up to this point. And finally, with this point marked at the upper section towards the rear of the wing panel, it's fairly inaccessible from this angle due to the door panel, which wouldn't really be worth removing the door for. So as with the front wing section, we come around to the inside and see what access there is. And on this particular model, we have that great big wing gap there. So again, as long as we protect those trim panels and the glass, we should be able to get a tool in through this section and reach the point here. Whenever you have dents on a panel that are closer to the wheel side of the wing panel, it's nearly always easiest to gain access from this side, and on most vehicles there is a wheel arch liner, like a plastic liner. So looking at this point on the front, come around to the inside, we have this plastic lining trim, which can either be just pulled to one side or removing the bolts and clips on the underside. We can drop it down or remove it completely. But to gain access to this front section, I would be pulling this liner to one side, or at least removing the front section of it. This would be the same to gain access just here, and you would then be able to lever off the wheel. And in this section low down, again coming through to that inside, we have the plastic liner, and on this model there's a plastic 10mm nut which can be removed to make it easier to drop that liner down or push to one side. It's through this top section. And also from the underside. And for the ones down on this lower section of the wing panel, we have good leverage off the tyre itself. So that's it for episode 2 on access points for PDR. If you'd like to be up to date with the next episode, which will be on rear wheel arches, rear wing panels, then don't forget to hit subscribe. And if you've enjoyed the video or found it useful, please give us a thumbs up, like the video, and you can subscribe to our channel. For more information, you can visit us directly at learnpdronline.com, or please leave your comments below to get in touch with us. I'm Tom with Learn PDR Online. Thank you very much for watching.